Welcome everyone. Thanks a lot for joining in again in the favorite your program by Magenta Trade, the watch list. The watch list on 14th of June, Tuesday afternoon. And once again, welcome to all of you. Thanks a lot for joining in. At Magenta Trade, we teach you how to grow your portfolio using option trading strategies. We explain in simple terms how you can participate in the world leading companies with a fraction of the amount that you would need as normal investment. In the vast ocean of stock market, there are plenty of opportunities to gain from the movement of share prices every day. However, market is unpredictable, volatile, and sometimes complex to understand. In order to be successful, you need a disciplined, rule-based approach developed over a long period of experience in the market and focused on building a long-term portfolio to protect your hard-earned money. With that introduction, thanks a lot again, all of you, for joining back on the watchlist program. Yesterday, we could not broadcast the program due to some technical difficulties. We apologize for that if there's any inconvenience. Anyways, in the market, it was a bloodbath, as you have known by now. The market went down by more than 3% yesterday, S&P 500, and it went well below the 3,800 mark. We'll see where it is today as of now. But let's first get the disclosures, and let me share my screen. Hopefully you can see my screen now. I'll quickly check whether I'm recording the session or not. That's important as well. Okay, at Magenta Trade, whatever we discuss here are solely for educational and information purposes. We are not investment advisors, and you should consult a financial advisor before making any investments. Option trading involve exceptional gains, but at the same time, they pose inherent risk. Past results are no guarantee of future gains. We are not finance professionals, and we are not aware of your personal financial circumstances. For more disclosures, you can visit our website, www.magentatrade.com. Okay. Quickly, a few words about me. I've been actively trading for more than 15 years now in stocks, ETFs, futures, options, warrants, CFDs, and currencies. I have turned my personal trading experience and passion into professional coaching, and recently we have formed the company Magenta Trade to share with you my strategies of success in trading using simple terms and techniques. My favorite areas of coaching are trade management and money management. I have experienced immense potential of trading options based on stocks and ETFs, and I help you understand how they might help you build a steady and reliable retirement income stream. As a coach, I focus on a daily routine, follow simple rule-based strategy, use simple tools to enter and exit the trades, and manage your positions in 15-20 minutes every day. With that introduction, let's quickly have a look at some of the earnings reports that we have published in our social media channels. So please do like our YouTube videos, obviously, and you subscribe to our channel in order to get the further notifications if you like our channel. At the same time, you can follow us on the social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, and there we keep on publishing interesting facts, also company updates, company results, quarterly updates, and many more things. So do keep us following in the social media channels if you have already not started following. Let me quickly bring up the result. Oracle, which is one of my favorite companies, and I think it is in our watch list. Oracle published their fourth quarterly earnings for 2022. Yesterday afternoon, like after the market hours, May 2022, earnings of $1.54 per share on a revenue of $11.8 billion, whereas the expectation was $1.37 per share on a revenue of $11.7 billion. Revenue grew 5.5% year-on-year basis. Of course, in this grim market, where most of the companies are failing to meet their sales targets and failing to generate enough cash as such. Oracle is one such company where they have been consistently growing their business year on year or quarter on quarter. Their current business model based on the cloud applications it has been very successful. With my personal experience, I can vouch that their products are very much in demand, and their cloud products are very competitive. In some of the application areas, they are the leaders, and in some other areas like cloud storage and things like that, they are in contest with can say AWS or maybe the Microsoft Azure, um, and they are in top three, if not in top one. Okay, the company said during its conference call it expects a first quarter non-GAAP earnings of $1.09 to $1.13 per share on revenue of 11.38 billion to 11.58 billion dollars, including Cerner, which they have acquired in the last quarter. The current consensus earnings estimate is $1.13 per share on revenue of $10.2 billion for the quarter ending 31st August 2022. So while the market is expecting or was expecting very adverse results or as adverse forecast for the upcoming quarter, they delivered actually much more than that. And when Oracle delivers their guidance, that has got real projections about earnings, because most of their earnings are forecasted in a very practical way. The contracts are already in the pipeline. Most of the business deals are in the pipeline. Most of the projects, almost they are almost 80% sure that they are going to be materialized. And with the cloud product or the cloud applications, they are just the future billings. They are contracts that are known that the companies are going to be there in that platform for the next 5 years, 10 years, and the billing just goes on. It's a very, very robust business model. Oracle Corporation develops, manufactures, markets, hosts, and supports a database, middleware software, application software, cloud infrastructure, hardware systems, including computer servers, storage, and networking products and related services. Okay, let's move on to some other details about the company's earnings. Total Q4 revenue 11.8 billion, as I mentioned, up 5% in US dollar terms and up 10% in constant currency. Total Q4 cloud revenue, which includes infrastructure as a service, software as a service, and platform as a service, it's a $2.9 billion, up 19% in US dollars and 22% in constant currency. Fusion ERP cloud revenue up 20% in US dollars, up 23% in constant currency. NetSuite ERP cloud revenue up 27% in US dollars and 30% in constant currency. So those are the two key products where they are the market leaders, the Fusion ERP cloud and NetSuite ERP cloud. Cloud services and license support revenues were up 3% in US dollars, up 7% in constant currency to $7.6 billion. Cloud license and on-premise license revenues were up 18% in US dollars and up 25% in constant currency to $2.5 billion. So that is, they are more of a traditional product on-premise license. Q4 GAAP operating income was $4.5 billion, down 1% in US dollar terms and up 6% in constant currency. Non-GAAP operating income was $5.6 billion, up 3% in US dollars and up 8% in constant currency. Short-term deferred revenue were $8.4 billion. So that is something they have already received from the customers, but they are yet to provide the services, or maybe they are yet to be accounted as revenue. So that is huge, $8.4 billion. Operating cash flow was $9.5 billion during the trailing 12 months. Okay, some other details. So the board of directors declared a quarterly cash dividend of 32 cents per share of outstanding common stock. The dividend will be paid to stockholders of record as of close business on July 12th. So that's about Oracle. Let's move on to the next one. Ferguson PLC reported their third quarter earnings, April 2022, with a $2.50 per share on revenue of $7.3 billion, whereas the expectation was $2.22 and per share on revenue of $6.7 billion. The stock is up by 2.1%. Oracle stock is up by around 10% today, based on the good earnings report there. And we are expecting some more details about Ferguson PLC. Net sales of $7.284 billion were 23.1% ahead of last year, and the same on organic basis. Reported operating profit was $712 billion, 36.9% ahead of last year. The US business grew net sales by 23.9%, which comprised 23.7% organic growth, with 1.8% from acquisitions, offset by 1.6% from one fewer trading day. Residential revenue grew by approximately 20% in the third quarter. Net debt at 30th April was $2.375 billion. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Core and Main. They reported their first quarter April 2022 earnings of 74 cents per share on revenue of $1.6 billion, whereas the expectation was 39 cents per share on revenue of $1.4 billion. Based on the good earnings report, the stock is up by 3.4% today. The company said it now expects 2022 adjusted earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization of $710 million to $750 million. The previous guidance was $595 million to $635 million for the year ending 31st March 2023. Core and Main is a leading specialized distributor of water, wastewater, storm drainage, and fire protection products and related services to municipalities, private water companies, and professional contractors across municipal, non-residential, and residential end markets nationwide. So it's a more of a traditional business. The stock price is currently at $22.37 and earnings 74 cents per share for the quarter. It's almost $3. Okay. Gross profit margin increased 200 basis points to 26.3%. Net income increased $137 million from $27 million. Adjusted earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization non-GAAP increased 101% to $219 million. Net debt leverage decreased to 2.2x as of May 1st, 2022, as compared to 2.5x as on January 30th, 2022. Okay, raising expectation for fiscal 2022, adjusted earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization would be in the range of $710 to $750 million, representing year-on-year growth of 18% to 24%. Okay. Net sales for the 3 months ended 1st May 2022 increased $543 million or 52% to $1.598 billion in the 3 months ended May to in comparison to 2nd May 2021 of $1.055 billion. Okay, let's move on to the market. What's happening overall in the market after yesterday's Black Monday, I would say. Let's quickly go to the S&P 500. Currently, the index is down by 25 points, whereas it opened actually in the gain in the morning. However, currently it is down by 25% point. As you can see, in terms of the Bollinger Band, earlier it went to the almost of the top of the band, and it hit that resistance line that we have been talking all about in the last week. And then in the 4 successive sessions, today is the 5th successive session. The stock has, the index is lower than the previous close, and it is currently down by more than 11% probably in the last 4-5 trading sessions. We are still waiting on the Fed announcement that would be published around 2 o'clock. So before we join tomorrow, probably that would be out. Wednesday, at 2 o'clock, we are expecting the Fed announcement on the interest rate hike. Some analysts are predicting, or even some of the big financial institutions are now expecting a 75 basis point increase in the rates, whereas previously it was expected to be only 50 basis points. So in terms of index, Nasdaq is actually marginally positive, 29 points ahead after yesterday's close. Currently, it's at 10,837. That support level has already been broken. The next support level would be probably somewhere around below 10,000. We were discussing yesterday. 9,847. So that is the next level of support that I'm expecting at this stage, unless there is another major fall. Dow is again down by 263 points or 0.86%. So that is significant. And in terms of performance, in 1 year or in the last 1 year, it has fallen by around 11.77%, which is actually mostly in 1 week itself, it's down by 8.79%, or in 3 months itself, it is down by 11.16%. Year to date, it is down by 16.72%. Dollar index is up by 0.28%. After yesterday's rout. VIX volatility index is down by 5.56% today, and gold is down by 0.67%. Silver is down by 0.77%. So that's interesting for me. Normally, if the stock market goes down, the gold or the silver, these commodities go up, but at this time they are also going down. Bitcoin is also struggling. It's currently at 22,240, which is down by 209 dollars per Bitcoin. Ethereum is down by almost 0.1%, or more or less flat, you can say. Ethereum is more or less flat at 1,208. Again, but that is, a low of almost, it's very close to 52-week low range. Okay, let's check if there are some other market news. I will quickly. So the major news is regarding Oracle, the outstanding results given by Oracle. There is another news by one of our watch list candidates is Neo. So they have recently announced their earnings report, which we discussed last week. But today they announced a new model of their vehicle, and after that, the share is up by 17% today. They have unveiled their upcoming model. I forgot the details. However, earlier this month, they said they delivered 7,024 vehicles in May, including 5,317 premium electric SUVs of different size and configurations. And in their website, they actually announced the countdown for the new model. And since then, the stock is up by 17.7% today. Okay, other shares. There is another acquisition news, Continental Resources. The stock has performed amazingly in the last few years. Maybe if you see the year-on-year performance of the stock, in 1 year it has grown almost 100%, 99.59%, and year to date it is 64.5% up. So today, the billionaire founder Harold Ham is interested to take the company private. So he already owns about 83% of the shares. He wants the remaining 17% of the shares as well, and he wants to take the company private. So he has given a proposal to buy the stocks at $70. So currently the stock is trading at $74. 73.02, but he has offered the price of $70. Probably he has to increase the price a little bit, but the market is up by, the stock is currently up by 13%. Let me switch off my video so that you can see the entire screen there. Thank you. Okay, so that's the news of Continental Resources. Other news is FedEx. It's another my favorite stock, just because they are very robust business, traditional but robust. Just I'm not sure why. It's not coming up. Just give me a minute. Okay. FedEx has not actually announced their earnings. Their earnings is on 23rd of June. Okay, but ahead of the earnings, I think there are some expectations. They raised their quarterly dividend by more than 50% to $1.15 per share ahead of the announcement of the earnings. They also added to directors to its board as part of an agreement with a hedge fund D. Shaw, and the stock is currently up by 14% for that announcement. So since they have increased the dividend, so it is hoped that their earnings would also be good. We already discussed Oracle. Now look at another one, Occidental Petroleum. I think that stock is owned by Mr. Warren Buffett as well. Currently, the stock is up by 3.19%, based on the rising oil prices. Also, the stocks of Phillips 66 and Marathon Oil are also up there. The other company, National Vision. Shares today jumped by 7.16% currently. Earlier, it was up by almost 9%. On the news that they will enter S&P small cap 600 index this week. National Vision will replace Renewable Energy Group, which was acquired by Chevron. Okay, so based on their inclusion in that index, obviously their liquidity would increase. More people would be aware of them, and there would be more trading involved in their shares. Another news is on Twitter. So I think Twitter is on a very interesting phase now. Elon Musk has announced that he would have an address, or you can say he would have an maybe webinar or something like that for the Twitter employees during an all-hands meeting this week. He has offered to buy the social media company for $44 billion. So that is at the price of $54 per share, I think. And so it is a very interesting play now if we would like to get into Twitter, because it seems that he is seriously interested now to buy the company, because he's going to address the employees. So probably he will not walk away from the deal now, and it's an all-cash deal. So we can take a position on Twitter, especially forward-looking position for the next couple of months. It would be interesting. Let's quickly check what is possible for Twitter. So if we look into some kind of September 16, 93 days, in 3 months' time, we are expecting something would be positive or concrete. So if that this could be very interesting actually, if we would like to buy, say, something, current market price is so current market price is 37.40. So if we buy something like even $40 call option, there is so much volume, as you can see. So if we buy the $40 call option, it would probably cost around $3.92. So it's a $392 investment, and which can easily grow to $1,400. So $1,000 profit if they are going to actually offer $54. I'm not sure about that. There could be a negotiation based on the recent discussion on the fake accounts and all that stuff, the bots that run on Twitter and other social media channels. Based on that, if there is a renegotiation of the price, then that is a possibility. But otherwise, $390 is a good investment, I would say, for the next 3 months. Let's buy that option. We don't need to buy the stock. We can just buy this option, $392. Okay, let's look into another one. Let's look into here, maybe C.H. Robinson worldwide. The stock is currently up by 5.7%. Earlier, it went up to $115. So it was almost by 15 up by 15% earlier, based on the Reuters report that the company's cargo transport business has drawn interest from Danish transport company DSVAS. An acquisition of C.H. Robinson's global forwarding business could reportedly fetch $9 billion. So based on that news, the stock was up by almost 15% earlier. Now it is up by 5%. So again, it is another speculative move at this stage, which is not yet confirmed. Nokia got an upgrade from Citigroup, and the stock is currently up by almost 1.8% after Citigroup upgraded the company to buy from neutral. Finally, there is another company, Coty. The stock is up by almost 5% after they affirmed their adjusted earnings per share guidance. Okay, so that's more or less the news items. Let's look into some of our stocks in the watch list. I'll not probably take any position today because we are still expecting tomorrow's announcement and how the market behaves over there. So there is we should not enter into a new position at this stage. But let's have a quick look what's happening overall. Advanced auto parts more or less down by 7.7%. Apple is up by 0.3% at this stage, but it's still very much in that range. And Accenture down by 0.89%. The volume is again very subdued today, much less. Yesterday, it was significant for most of these companies. Akamai Technologies is actually down by 2 percentage point again today. Applied Materials down by 0.2%. Umbrella is down by 2%. AMD down by half a percentage point. Again, the volume is much lower today. Amazon is down by 1.4%. Again, the volume is very low. Air Products and Chemicals down by 1.83%. Again, the volume is very low on that. Bank of America down by 2% today. Volume is lower than a 10 days average. Berkshire is down by 1.5%. So it is in a very good buying zone over there. Citibank is more or less flat today, up by 0.2%. Salesforce again down by another 1.8%. But the volume is much less today. So gradually the volume is waning today. Maybe it will pick up again tomorrow after the Fed announcement. As of now, it's just taking a breather. Dell, they had a very good results, and they are also very low volume. Currently, more or less, it is flat. Disney is again down by another 2.3%. There is a news regarding Disney that their production Lightyear, animation production Lightyear has been classified as not suitable for children, and it has been also um, banned from several from screening in the theaters or in auditoriums in many countries. Almost on 20 countries have applied restrictions, mostly the Islamic countries, where they feel that it is against their faith or something, religious beliefs. So that particular movie won't be screened on those theaters in these countries. So there is some news here. Shanghai Disney Resort to reopen Disney Town, Shanghai Disneyland Hotel. So there is some positive news there as well. But the main thing is their recent production is not it has got restrictions in terms of broadcast there. Okay, so that's Disney. DocuSign is again down by 2.7%. Enphase down by 0.3%. Major JP Morgan is also down by 2% today. Netflix is down by another 2%. Oracle is up by 10% almost, so that we already discussed. Twitter is up. Unity Software is down by 1.8% again. So that's in a very good zone, I would say. And Target is also down by 1.7%. So that's about it. More or less, the market is taking a little bit of a breather. S&P 500 is down by 33 points to its lowest level once again. I think it is the 12 months low today, 52-week range low. And Nasdaq is also down now. Earlier it was in the positive territory with 20 points up. Currently it's down by 8 points. And Dow is down by 300 points. So again, it's another red day for the market. And at this point of time, we are waiting for that update from Fed on interest rates, which would be announced tomorrow. How much they will hike? It is absolutely sure that they will higher the interest rate. They have already announced that. But whether it is 50 basis points or 75 basis points or maybe 100 basis points even, that will come to know at 2 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow. And we'll be joining back at 2:30. So by that time, it would be mostly known. So thanks a lot for joining today. Please do like our social media channels, Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Thanks a lot for joining, and see you back tomorrow.